Let me give you 2 useful pieces of information. Clothing and humans are not enemies. One set of clothing, people. That's all they got. You can't take it away from them. All right, let's get into it. I love this so much. As a matter of fact, I read comments from another person that didn't like the show. If there's something in here you don't like, the best to me is if someone likes certain parts, don't like other parts. Just tell me why. Explain why. And in the viewer comment video for this, I'm going to pull this other person's unless they don't want me to. He made some really good comments on why he doesn't like the series. So I'll put that in there. But we don't have to all like everything. Lay it out there. I really want the comments. I really want them. Okay. The beginning of this, we've had such strong openings. We did introduce a new character, and it was a lot of action. So that to me wasn't the strongest opening. It was good action. It was fine, but it's action with a character that we don't know anything about yet. So it was kind of weird. It wasn't a weak opening, but it was just odd. Like I say, as strong as the rest of them have been. Okay, and then the humor in this thing, and Mako, however you want to say her name, or however it is pronounced, is so freaking funny. She's just so consistently funny. Prestigious guinea pig number 1. I love how the Japanese can say things when some people are, they do the whole pun thing. And, oh, you're so important because you're my only suit of clothing, and the whole thing with Senketsu and all the. I just love it. The whole thing about the BMI stuff, that kind of running gag on her. You need to lose 2 centimeters. Oh, just everything. So the new guy has his gun. Doesn't just shoot needles. Shoots sewing needles. I freaking love that. That is absolutely awesome. And evidently it has some effect on biological creatures. It can make them healthier. It doesn't just have negative effects. So that's mind-boggling. And he is a gorilla Khmer hunter. What the heck? The whole thing when he's trying to take the suit, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you're some kind of pervert. You're a pervert." She's going on about this, and you're just like, "Ah, that's kind of funny." And then you go back and you find out that the group that he's associated with a nudist group, nudist beach group, and you're like, "Okay, all right, that was crazy." Anyway, the humor was all there. This was a good series. I would have preferred more comedy, but we got, I guess, more story, more plot. It was pretty good. But as usual, there are so many little pieces that they put in here. It's still an awesome show. I'm tempted to say that out of the 5 so far, that I think this was the weakest as far as humor goes. The humor for me, I wish I would have had more of it. Okay, but the action was okay. It was there. There was some intense action throughout. That was okay. But I guess it was at the sacrifice. What we got for sacrificing those was more, I guess, story or plot, a new character. So I don't know how everybody feels about that. Like I say, this kind of tied for me for episode number 1 as far as enjoying of it. But it was pretty good. So, oh my gosh, there was so much in here. The non-athletic club committee. Whoa. And the hat with this talking skull in it, her band leader hat. Absolutely hilarious. Like I said, I want to get the feedback. 100 Poets Club. The Gardening Club, right at the beginning. This is what we were talking about in the beginning. We're like, if they're really creative, they can have so many different clubs fight her, and it's gonna be unbelievable. And it is. And even then, she's just like, the one that's in charge of the non-athletic club committee. She's like, oh, we'll just, these are basically the scrub clubs, so we'll go ahead and just have him, have her fight them on the way up, and it'll be entertaining. So just absolutely hilarious. The impersonation, Mako, to me, she keeps getting better. I don't know if I'm just appreciating her more. She's probably been as strong a character all the way through with the humor. Her impersonation of Senketsu, you got friends, I'm shooting. And why she kept eating raw eggs, I don't even know. There was a scene where she was explaining right there when she saves the suit, the whole thing. I don't even know what she was doing. I mean, that maybe should have been slowed down a little more, or it just has to be watched again. It just boggles my mind. And then Senketsu himself actually sacrificing himself. You know, the whole thing, Kamois, they don't talk to people. They're just, you know, monsters. And then the moment when Senketsu got in the face of that guy, the anti-Kamoi gorilla, our new character we got in here, it just explained, if you lay one hand, wow, freaking Senketsu just stepped the heck up. That was amazing. That was amazing. All right, let me just look through and make sure I haven't. Oh, one set of clothing people already said it, and the whole thing of Mako. At one time, I only had friends in my head, and and we finally got to see the family eating decent food. So that was pretty interesting. All right, I think that's going to be it. I love this so much. And like I said, I can't wait to do a view. Oh, the BMI thing, like I said, the whole 2 centimeters. You get too many croquettes and greasy food. You know, oh my God, it was just so totally wonderful. And that's pretty much going to be it. All right, can't wait to get your feedback. Hear what you say, do an awesome viewer comment video. I love this series so much, but I perfectly understand why some people are turned off on it because the nudity. That to me, if it wasn't as over the top as it is, I think a lot more people would be in the series. It seems to be the #1 reason if they're not. But I don't care about it in one way or the other, so there's humor in it, so I'm fine with it. Anyway, can't wait to get responses from you. Anybody can be an anime fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.